What this article says is that Donald Trump is using powers that he doesn't have because the power to tariff is actually the power of Congress, and that Trump is unlawfully using emergency war powers, in essence.
Right, like it or not, sure, Michael, they are our biggest trading partner. And if we were to manufacture iPhones here, iPhones would cost $3,500. The American people are not going to tolerate that. We have one of the...
So what's Donald Trump doing today, though, while he's golfing? What kind of important messages is he posting to try to address what he's doing?
So what happens when a president starts a trade war he doesn't understand with powers he doesn't actually have? I'll tell you what. A complete economic disaster that's hitting Americans way harder than the Chinese. While Trump was busy tweeting from his golf cart this weekend, furniture orders from China stopped completely, gold prices hit record highs, and foreign investors started dumping U.S. bonds. But hey, he got a nice tan at Mar-a-Lago, so there's that. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Remember when Trump promised us the greatest economy ever? Well, that's aging about as well as his spray tan in a rainstorm. The orange man stood at rally after rally, puffing his chest out like a peacock with a bad comb-over, telling his adoring fans that he alone could fix America's economy. Fast forward to today, and those promises look as empty as his daily schedule, when he's not busy rage tweeting or watching Fox News, that is. During his campaign, Trump made economic promises bigger than his ego, which is saying something. He stood there with his little finger waggles and his squinty eyes, swearing up and down that America would be winning so much we'd get tired of winning.
Trump's $150 trillion gift to America. And it has a photo of Trump next to Bitcoin. Notably, in the past year, Bitcoin is down close to 10%. It's already in the cards thanks to his ill-founded trade war, no matter how that war plays out.
Right, like it or not, sure, Michael, they are our biggest trading partner. And if we were to manufacture iPhones here, iPhones would cost $3,500. The American people are not going to tolerate that. We have one of the...
Despite Trump and all of his state regime media saying the iPhones and the electronics and the laptops and all of those products.
Spoiler alert, the only thing Americans are tired of is watching their financial security circle the drain while Trump plays golf. His trade policies, especially that brilliant idea to start a trade war with China, were supposed to magically fix everything. Because nothing says stable genius, like picking a fight with your biggest trading partner without a backup plan. It's like showing up to a gunfight with a toothpick and expecting to win. These half-baked policies weren't even approved by Congress. Trump just decided one day between hamburgers that he knew better than everyone else. Now let's look at what's actually happening in Trumpland's economy. Interest rates are climbing faster than Trump climbing into a golf cart. Mortgage refinance applications aren't just down. They're plummeting like Trump's approval ratings after a particularly bad tweet storm. The weekly rate of rejected home mortgage refinance applications has hit levels we haven't seen since October 2008. You know, during that little hiccup called the Great Recession. So much for making the American dream affordable again. While American families struggle to keep their homes, something interesting is happening overseas. Benchmark gold auctions in London are seeing record demand. Why? Because international investors are looking at the United States under Trump and thinking, that's about as stable as a three-legged chair. The dollar is crashing harder than Trump's businesses before bankruptcy, and foreign investors are dumping U.S. bonds like they're radioactive. Higher Treasury yields might sound fancy, but for regular folks, it means borrowing money gets more expensive for everything from cars to homes. And here's where it gets really painful for American businesses.
What this article says is that Donald Trump is using powers that he doesn't have because the power to tariff is actually the power of Congress, and that Trump is unlawfully using emergency war powers, in essence, while he's posting photos and videos like this of Hillary Clinton from the golf course. Notably, and this includes China as well, apparently the U.S. is now excluding computers and smartphones and other electronics from the tariffs.
when he doesn't have a job and fentanyl's pouring into the country. That's the trade-off we're talking about here. Now,
what we just learned this morning as well is that the United States published tariff exclusions for specified products that are subject to these exclusions.
Those furniture producers in China that used to take orders from U.S. importers, they've completely stopped. Crickets, tumbleweeds, nothing. This isn't just happening with your lazy boys and coffee tables either. It's toys, clothes, shoes, sports equipment. All those made in China labels Trump complained about. Turns out a lot of American businesses depend on those relationships. Who knew trade could be so complicated? Everyone knew. Trump's tariffs on China aren't just numbers on paper. They're causing irreversible damage to American businesses faster than Trump can say, "Kafif." Small business owners across the country are watching their livelihoods evaporate while Trump boasts about his perfect economic policies. It's like watching someone set your house on fire and then demanding you thank them for the warmth. The economic forecast is looking about as sunny as Trump's mood after being fact-checked. We're seeing freezing credit markets, soaring gold prices hitting record highs, and foreign investors running away from U.S. bonds faster than Trump staffers leaving the White House. These aren't just random numbers. They're flashing warning signs of a potential recession hanging over us like one of Trump's poorly tailored suits. And where is our fearless leader while all this economic turmoil unfolds? Probably working on his golf swing or tweeting about how the economy is actually fantastic and any evidence to the contrary is fake news.
To declare this trade war that is crashing the United States economy and sending the United States into a recession. Remember when Jesse Waters last week said this?
Now, everybody says, oh, we got these flat screen TVs.
So what's Donald Trump doing today, though, while he's golfing? What kind of important messages is he posting to try to address what he's doing?
Gotta have our cheap flat screen TVs. Okay. Does the guy really need $50 off a flat screen when his factory left?
Maybe he's busy coming up with new nicknames for his political opponents instead of, actually addressing the economic disaster he's created. The most pathetic part is how predictable this all was. Economists warned that trade wars aren't good and easy to win, as Trump claimed. They said his policies would backfire spectacularly. But Trump, being Trump, ignored the experts because clearly his very good brain knows better than people who've spent their entire careers studying economics. And here we are, watching Trump post pictures of Hillary Clinton and Bitcoin scams from the golf course while the economy is on fire. What a Saturday. Instead of addressing the economic crisis, our former president is busy promoting his $150 trillion gift to America next to a Bitcoin logo, which, by the way, has dropped almost 10% in value this year. Talk about priorities. As reported by Midas Touch, he's also caved on tariffs while pretending everything's fine. So while Trump perfects his putting, Americans are getting put out financially. Maybe between holes, he could try Googling how to actually fix an economy instead of sharing conspiracy theories from the fairway.